urban women, especially females coming up from poverty, they be knowing that they gonna end up a single mother when they. If you had a baby with him, what percentage do you feel like is the chance that you're gonna be raising by yourself? They be knowing it's a high percentage. They know that, and the idea is the programming that's being pushed, the marketing that's being pushed, is that it is some sort of flex to be a single mother. Women be knowing that they're going to end up most likely a single mother. The reason they be knowing is because half these women have a long drawn out story of turmoil with the nigga before they even get pregnant. A lot of them have a story of turmoil like as soon as they met the nigga. You know how many women, when you ask them about their baby daddy, they talk about the cheating that the nigga did to them before they had the child, while they were pregnant, during the time frame where they could decide whether to keep the kid or not. It goes back to why I be saying delusion, because later on we tell ourselves that we're some sort of victim. But we be knowing these niggas ain't shit. We be knowing that the niggas that we chose, this particular man, I don't know what he is to other people, but I know in my dealings with him, he is not showing me the skill set of a family man. You got to really listen to what I'm saying. I'm dating him. Like Frank said, most people, sex is the solution to everything early on, especially in toxic relationships or the lustful stage of a relationship, right? So we fucking, I like him, he like me, we do like one another. We talk about different stuff. But when I get women on one-on-ones, when I ask them the nature of their dealings with the man well before they got pregnant, the man ain't show no signs that he's a family guy, wants a family, has the discipline enough to maintain monogamy, let alone a family plus monogamy, the financial skills to actually budget money for a baby. They can explain all of this and still be fucking wrong, end up pregnant, keep the baby, it's their body, it's their choice, and then cry later on that they're some sort of victim or the nigga should fight to be able to see the kids or what. The man don't even got the capacity of the shit that you saying. A bitch can't give you what the fuck they don't got. If I owed you $5, but I don't got the $5, you can't make me have the $5. You can whoop my ass, but after you beat me up, you still don't got your $5. You're not going to get out of me what I don't got. You might gonna get something else. You ain't going to get them $5 that I don't got. So if a nigga don't got no discipline, no money management skills, no understanding of family from his upbringing, no real care for you like that, what the fuck are we doing? How is it a flex to get pregnant from these niggas? And I be stressing this so much because I stress this so much because I'm raising 3 daughters. I beat this in a motherfucking brain. It ain't no motherfucking flex. It don't look good to end up like a lot of these older bitches ended up with 3, 4, 5 kids and no nigga to help them raise it. It's no flex. It's not fun. Single parenting is not good. It's not.
You know Peach Dorsey, of course. She said, a lady got on her live and was like, Peach, can you help me? I'm a single mama. Peach said, let me tell you something. I don't like that fucking word. Y'all looking for sympathy.
Yep.
Y'all y'all have fun fucking having them kids. So stop getting on here thinking somebody's supposed to help y'all because you a single mama. She said, y'all got more resources than anybody in this motherfucking world. She said, go get your resources, utilize that, get what you need so you can get you a bag and stop looking for sympathy. I was like, dang. She flat out told her, like, stop using that word because you're putting yourself in a victim mentality and you don't even know it. Because single moms are so used to saying, well, I'm a single mom, they don't even know that it's used to be looked at as a victim.
Because the idea was, if we go back to a different time, right? You go back to, okay, y'all know we reviewed the movie Fences, right? In the movie Fences, if you look at the time they were in that movie, and you look at the times now, men understood that even if I'm finna get me some pussy on the side, there is a responsibility I have to the children that I fucked and made. So even when in the movie Fences, even when Denzel fucked somebody on the side and got that woman pregnant, without any females telling him, he was already raised and programmed to understand, I have a male responsibility to keep taking care of the kids that I made with my wife And I got to take care of this child with this side bitch. Rather the two women still want me or not, that's a different subject. I have a responsibility to the children. We are not in that time anymore where boys are being raised this way because they're being raised by women. When men were raised by men, this understanding got passed down from generation to generation. So it didn't matter if grandpa had children. And when I say it didn't matter, I'm not saying it was right. But when grandpa had kids cross town, that check was getting split some different ways. Some stuff was going on. There was an understood responsibility. That's why in the movie Fences, Denzel told his son, I don't got to like you, but I got to take care of you. Not liking you or liking you don't got a fuck thing to do with the responsibility. I have a duty. That's gone right now. With bitches raising boys, it's gone. You got to bring in men to show men how to be men so they can tough it out based on their choices and still step up for the... A bitch don't get to tell a nigga this. A community of niggas have to show a nigga this. And we so far from that right now. It's not the same.
That's a reference not to deal with a man.
That's the same reason why.
Over time that he's not raising, we'll act like our situation is different, or we better, or we don't even use it as a reference not to deal with them.
I can be honest though.
But I'm gonna say this because this goes to what Chrissy said. The mentality now where people are like basically flicking the bird at single mothers, it comes from the fact that in our day and age, they making themselves single mothers. It's not back like it was before, where if a bitch was a single mother, a deadbeat was involved. Meaning like this man left this woman high and dry from a situation where there weren't a lot of clear signs. Hoes is going out nowadays choosing to be single mothers. This is why there is no more begging for a GoFundMe donation because you a single mama. You was the only one riding that dick. So you the only one to take your ass and go take care of them. We don't give a fuck, bitch. We got our own problems. Nobody don't care about your sob story off the nigga you fucked multiple times. We got our own shit going on. Prices is sky high. Gas prices up. The cost of living is up. Shit's going on. People keep talking about waves of COVID. Ho, we got our own problems.
And like when you say mental, have no sympathy, it's just like, no, we tired of hearing y'all complain about situations that you put yourself in.
And that, like Antoinette said, you have the solutions.
Like resources, go get on Section 8. Go get the stuff that the system designed for y'all to be these independent ass mamas that y'all want to be so fucking bad. Like there's a solution for that. I'm not your baby daddy.
People be, as soon as they find out they're pregnant, I don't give a fuck about it, nigga. I'm gonna take care of my baby myself. Come back and visit them in 3 years. He a deadbeat. He don't help do nothing. I don't understand why y'all fuck with him. How could y'all even? All y'all on his page. Everybody we don't give a fuck about what you going through. Awesome shit you chose to do. Even when we took this stance as women with this whole my body, my choice. Me and Frank done fucked. I'm pregnant, right? When it come down to the decision of having a child, I'm gonna tell Frank, this is my body. It's my choice. My decision. Now, I'm making the decision by myself because it's my body, my choice. Once I make the decision by myself, after the child is here and I realize it's more than what I bargained for, or I decide I want Frank help, now I come in, Frank, you need to help me. You need to help me take care. You need to give me this money. You need to buy this. Nigga, you don't do... This is the most absurd shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. If you make a choice by yourself and you end up having to face the consequences of your choice that you made by yourself, how is anybody else wrong if they don't help you with the consequences of the choice that you X them out of? If you say to me, love, right now, if you say to me, love, right now, the car I choose to go buy, you're not a part of this decision. This is my money. I'm going to decide what car. Later on, when you buy the car and it break the fuck down, how do you get to blame any of that on me? It makes no sense. But this is the delusion again that we're going along with. And then I watch women group up with other women to like feed this narrative. Are you on crack? Are y'all on fentanyl or heroin? Like, it makes no sense. You tell somebody, this is my body. I'm going to make a decision that I want to fucking make. I don't care what the dad says. I'm having it. Then you have it, and later on, when you realize you're not capable of doing this shit by yourself and doing a good job, now the man wrong. I can't understand the shit. Go ahead, Frank.
I guess it's something wrong with me because it ain't nothing wrong with me, but that's the label when I have conversation with different type of women, because the man that I am, I have conversation with women, and it can be a random person, and when they find out that I'm 40 and I only have one son, it's always that one step back, lean on that back leg, like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what you mean? You only got one kid. You look like you should have about 4. Well, why should I have 4?
Jesus.
But you look like that type. I was like, well, maybe I learned a fucking lesson, because the knowledge that I possess now, shit, Kobe wouldn't even be here with the men, with the women.
Most men, Frank, I want you to understand, most men that I speak to in my experience that are talking to me about co-parenting, they regret having children at all. They regret the irresponsibility in them sleeping with women that they did not check her character before fucking her raw. Most men regret who they produced a child with. They don't regret having children, but they regret the mindset of the woman that they had the child with. Not the looks so much, but the mindset behind the woman. Because the stuff that we be saying be completely delusional. And I'm saying this as a woman. It's the most absurd thinking that I've ever seen. But again, if you don't understand history and how we jumped on the bandwagon with middle-class white women that were pushing the agenda of more women's rights in this whole my body, my choice, and you mix that with what was happening in the late 60s, early 70s with, welfare in the state of like making women believe you can replace the father with the welfare system. All of that shit mixed together. This is where the delusion stems from. We didn't just wake up like this. It got programmed over time. It got conditioned over time to the point where we think that it makes sense that when a woman gets pregnant, get the man out of the room. He's not going to tell her what to do with her body or her baby. And then later on, when we look at a society, and it's a society full of kids that are the aftermath of raising, humans without men being directly involved, and it's a poor product. Now we're all saying it's a bunch of deadbeats. And then the deadbeats that we are referencing today come from households of these particular things that I'm talking about. It's retarded.
I know I went through that shit with my son. Like, it wasn't, I didn't possess the knowledge I have now. But going through, like, talking to you, love, and being in these Zooms and shit, doing the one-on-ones and shit, I had a conversation with my dog, and I was like, man, I want more kids. But it's going to be hard to have a fucking baby by me, because I'm not just going out there like I was. That's how my son got here. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm happy to have my son, but his fucking mama. Like, after she got pregnant, I met her mama, I met her brothers and her sisters, and then I saw how they operated together, and I was like, what the fuck?
And as a man, knowing what you know now, you would have understood I should have checked on this stuff before fucking a raw. This is why I make videos like the one I made a few years ago on, for boys with getting pussy comes great responsibility. You have to teach young boys that there is a different type of responsibility with getting pussy nowadays. It's not just about a nut. You fuck around and nut in the wrong woman, you will have a lifetime of turmoil. Your reputation, your thinking, your mindset will be fucked with for years.
Yep, I'm 40 and still going through it. I only do it one time, and I ain't doing it no 2 times. I'm only getting married one time. Fuck all that. I'm not for that shit.
If you understand what I'm saying, the responsibility lies with both men and women, not just women. Because Frank is giving y'all a male example. that I was fucking and worrying about nothing, or, you know, my physical attraction more than actually finding out the character of this woman. So a lot of these children that are born to women with a fucked up mindset, there is a lot of responsibility in it for men because they're more attracted to the physical idea of being with a woman than an understanding of who and what she is mentally. And a lot of us, we were getting fucked on while being damaged mentally, and a nigga never gave a fuck about that. And a lot of it has to do with, just like the movie we talking about, the nigga was in a survival season, so he fucking on our damaged ass based on just trying to have a place to stay or use us or get over in some sort of way. There's a responsibility on both ends.
Mm-hmm. I'd have had that shit before too. Like, go.
I'm gonna say this before I let the next person talk. If men cared about the mindset of a woman more than they cared about ass and body shape, we wouldn't be worried about getting our bodies done. We'd be worried about pouring into our minds, because we wouldn't get fucked on or attract certain niggas if we weren't smart or had certain values if men were looking for that. And on the same token, for men, if women were looking for family qualities in men, discipline qualities in men in regards to being able to discipline himself and have self-control, if we were looking for these qualities over just a nigga having a bag before we gave them pussy, we would see more men care about being disciplined and being responsible with finances and things like that over just trying to look like they got a bag.
Straight up.
Somebody else was going to say something.
Well, it's right here.
I was looking at a reel, and this guy was saying that dudes nowadays, they talk about how women, we didn't have no standards and we didn't have no boundaries, and we got hooked up with these baby daddies that we got. But now that we've learned it and now that we got standards, now they don't want us to have the standards. Mm-hmm. They want us to go back and be a fool to do the same thing we did before. And now they call it, because I'm a middle-aged and it's hard for me to date right now, mm-hmm. because these guys that's my age, I'm going 10 under and 10 up, but they mentally, they still stuck. Mentally, they babies.
Yeah, but they are. And Adrian, what you're saying is so true. The issue is we have to look at the root. The root is, even though you've now grew up and you're no longer attracted to the bullshit dudes, it doesn't change that we're still breeding bullshit dudes. And by breeding them, I mean we're still carrying around this narrative as women that it's all right, I'm gonna raise my son by myself. That's yet another bullshit dude. They're bullshit sons. You got them producing more bullshit sons when they have children. And then you got the pool of women like you that are saying, okay, I want more. But who's then out here as men with more, helping raise the younger guys to become the product that you're talking about? It doesn't happen overnight just because you woke up. That's why I do what I do online, because there's very few people doing it. There are very few people online that kick it like I kick it. And I'm the only woman that kicks it like I kick it. But even if you mix me in with the guys that are influencers online or in the realm of therapy, there are very few that kick it about the root like I kick it. I'm willing to be real that even though...
That's why I fuck what you love.
I appreciate that, Frank.
You hit me on some deep shit, and like me, I spend a lot of time by myself because I drive trucks. And only thing I think about is like, how the fuck I'm gonna get out this truck and get back to my son? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. And then especially if I'm in a relationship and I'm going through some shit. So now I'm not only thinking about my son, I'm thinking about the problem that I got. How can I fix it? Then I'm back to my son. And then something else created with my finance. So now it's my son, my girl, my relationship, my finance. Now something happened with my truck. Now and women don't understand that shit right there. It just spiral out of control. And like now a nigga have to put himself in a certain mode to where if I can find a woman I can just be peaceful mentally, That shit right there is fucking golden for a man, and that's the hardest thing. I was having this conversation with a female earlier today. Like, they don't understand. Like, if a man can be vulnerable with you, that's a real thing. Like, if a nigga open up to you and you use that bitch for a fucking a 4-5, and you get to shooting that shit back at him, that nigga ain't ducking. He gonna take that shit straight to the head, and he would never let it go. So niggas don't open up like that. Mm-hmm. So now we always gotta be a man 100% of the time. And when we can be vulnerable, that's with our baby. You fuck around and get that. You fuck around and get married. Cause you gotta be accountable for yourself. Be accountable for your feelings. You gotta be accountable for his feelings. You gotta show him that you care. You gotta show him that you appreciate. And it sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. It's some simple shit. But if you get out your feelings, that shit'll actually work real smooth, because now you can see what this nigga deepest fucking secrets is, but you know this nigga would tear this motherfucking world down behind you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's real simple, but it's a lot goes into it, because it's an everyday job. It's an everyday job.
It is.
That's why I appreciate you, Frank, because you do that male aspect. We need that. Mm-hmm.
And to piggyback off what he said, Dorsey, like, now that I'm like talking to different people, I found a guy, like, the conversation that he has, I'm like, yo, what the, it's not out of norm, because I've been in your groups. I've been talking, like, Frank in the group, I've been talking to you, so I know what it looks like now. And to talk to a man that came from a 2-parent household is a whole different beast than to talk to a man that came from a single mother household. When I tell you that, he talks about, we can read a book together, just on some, he like, oh shit, you read books? I ain't never met a girl that read books. And it's like, that's normal to me. And to him, he's like, we're talking about books, we're talking about movies, like, that's our topic. Yeah, we're getting to know each other, but to actually have a conversation about a freaking book with a man, that is not, it's not common. But like you said, if we stop telling ourselves that all men is the same, we can run across them in the right settings. But it's refreshing to know that they are out there.
But you know what? With you doing that right there, you don't have no idea what you just did to him. Because if he got excited on that shit, it's more, whenever a man talks to a woman, it's either going to be on some sexual shit, it's going to be on some what you doing type shit, or what's going on for the weekend, or how work being, or what your kids doing. It's going to be some simple shit that it's just regular. You know, that's how conversations get boring. So, like, with me, I talk like a motherfucker. And if you got something to talk about and you want my opinion, I got buku fucking knowledge on different shit. Because I done been through a lot of shit in the 40 years of me being here. I probably shouldn't have been through. But I've been through shit and I know a lot of shit. So, and especially with the mind change and being introduced to new information. And when men change mentally, we're going to look at women totally different, because now you outside of your ass, you outside of your titties, you outside of your pussy. So now, being that, you going to sit up here, you ain't going to say, I'm offering ass, pussy, mouth, and I'll be here and look good, and I'm going to dress slutty whenever you need to, or I'm going to go get this sexual lingerie. You going to come in the house, you going to put on some sexy shit, and he going to smile and be like, yeah, you sexy motherfucker, take that shit off. You going to do the same shit that you've been doing for, 2-3 years, and now it's like, nothing. So that's the only thing you got to offer. So now nigga ain't really noticing.
But
that book reading shit, you just set him off. Like, for real. Like, I feel it. Like, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, because you just did something. You just did something for him that no other female is fucking doing. So you sharing that shit with him, it means something for you, but it's deeper for him, because he found something that he can relate to you on some shit, and y'all both like that shit. So now it's building on that. Now you build on something else. If y'all have an argument, he gonna be way more understanding, because now he got a connection with you. It's outside of sex. But he has to be. Shit to do with sex.
He has to. The idea is the man has to have an attraction for more than just your physical, and this is what a lot of men, like Frank said, their taste, their mindset has to change. In order for it, like how Adrian's saying, she's looking for that type of guy. You have to get in rooms where the man's taste is more than just the look. It's more than just rather your ass fat or your waist little. It has to do with what you know. And see now, if you've lived a little bit, you understand. Grown men know this because they've been through a thing or two, and they understand. Regardless of how she look, if a mind trash, everything that comes from that woman is gonna be trash.
Facts.
Including making children with her. So now tell me what y'all understand about the other baby mama.
The one with the mama?
No,
with the daughter.
The other baby mama. Her attitude was not the same as the baby mama we were just talking about.
No,
Yes,
she
didn't.
Somebody said she don't give a fuck.
She wasn't the main chick. She already knew her position. She was the jump off. So she stayed behind. She knew it.
He probably wasn't the only nigga she was fucking with.
And so what is that describe their co-parenting? Because that was always funny to me.
like he put the baby to sleep for 2 minutes and they go in the room smoking and do what they do and the baby in there with her mama.
Why wasn't it as complicated as the other one?
For me,
because she wasn't emotionally attached. She didn't care. She didn't have to depend on him like Yvette did. She had her mama. She at least had somebody to depend on to help her.
So I love what Chrissy said. Okay, so go, Frank, because Chrissy's saying, and there is truth to what she's saying. If you look at their situation, these deep feelings are not involved. So it's not all this, everything is not some big, huge, dramatic deal. Go ahead, Frank.
Real shit. The main shit about that part, for me, was this fucking picture for me. That face she made when she heard him, she seen him, and she looked at the baby while she sat at that damn table. That face she made, she had a reflection of her fucking self and what she fucked up at. That's what I got from that. She saw herself and her daughter. She saw herself and having a baby with no nigga there, being a single mother. Like, that face, just the expression on her face told me so motherfucking much to like, damn. Like, that's why she ain't never give up. She ain't never get up. She ain't never say, I'm not going to be a babysitter. She didn't do none of that shit because she'd already been through it. She'd already seen it. She know what it looked like. She know what her daughter
You talking about, you talking about his mama or who you talking about?
I'm talking about her mama. I know exactly what you're talking about when she was sitting at that table smoking that cigarette.
Yeah, when she was sitting at that table, just that one face. Me, I analyze shit differently. Like, you ain't gonna be with me and some shit happen and we talking and I just take your word. I'm looking at your movement, I'm looking at your face, your lips, I'm looking at how you turn your head, I'm looking at everything.
So in your opinion, Frank, why was the dynamic with her child so different from the little boy?
Because she actually had a mother there. The other baby mama, she didn't have nobody.
Okay.
And she was looking at her daughter like, damn, how you just gonna accept this? Like she's saying this shit, but she have to really just sit there and leave it alone because it's her daughter life. But her daughter's still young. Her daughter don't know no shit.
So
but
now
she ain't looking at it like that.
Okay. So now, what about the girl? And I want to know what y'all understood or what you saw or what you noticed about the girl that was trying to suck his dick.
Oh.
She was just trying to make that girl jealous. Like, she was.
Yeah, I think she thought he was better than what he was.
It ain't.
So tell me, but listen, y'all saying the surface level shit. Tell me about those kind of women.
I'll go last on that.
Low self-esteem and thirsty, low self-esteem.
They jealous of the next person, love and want what they have. So you sit here and you play fake, and then
I have no words.
Like you really was just trying to be in that girl position or trying to give her something to be mad about because you a hater. Like, you hating whatever when she come to work and all of that stuff that's going on with the tension between you and her. You just felt like you was finna one up her.
No, I think it was deeper. I don't think she really. I'm not gonna say she was coming for Yvette, but we don't. Her mama could have been like that. Like she could be doing exactly what her mama used to do. So she wants something that looks good on the outside. This man is dropping her off. He fine. She getting picked up. She look happy. She smiling. That can come back from her mom. Her mom bringing men in there that look. I don't know. She could have got it from her mom, but I think it was more so like, I want this man. And when he didn't give it to her, then that's when she got mad and was like, so what? You care about Yvette now? I don't think she...
So, okay. So, Chrissy, do women like that, and anybody that wants to chime in, do women like that exist in the world?
Yeah.
So, okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
So, how many of y'all know somebody or have experienced somebody that is that type of woman?
Oh, I know one. I used to be friends with her. Child.
Okay.
Her mama.
So it's just two of y'all?
No, I know more than one.
Because all y'all, not all y'all, but a lot of y'all said, yeah, when I said, is it women like that exist in the world? What I'm getting at is that y'all describe very well the character of this woman, right? And then most of y'all said, yeah, that there are women that exist like this in the world. So why is most relationship stuff always a man's fault when we know that women like that exist?
Yes, that's the
Like when you watch the movie, you know, you see it and it's like you have that moment of like, oh, she need to stop, right? Y'all describing what type of woman. You know these women exist, but on a large general scale, when we talk about relationships, most women feel like most things with relationships are men's fault. Yet we know women like that exist that will try to throw themselves on men even when the man don't even want it.
For me, that little session right there, I saw some shit to where how she was already peeping like what all the rest of the ladies said off in the room. Like that shit right there is definitely 1,000. Like that's the person she was. But to get a little bit deeper for that for me is I seen that is the quality that she got. Like she look in that mirror every day. She knows she got a fat ass. She knows she cute.
But Frank, on that one,
like she got all that shit right there.
On that, okay. So hold on. So before you go any further, on that one point, what the ladies did not say before you finish that is that this lady was at work watching this other woman, watching her get off from work. Just watch this now. I ain't even the man. Listen, just listen what I'm saying. No, nothing the man has done so far. This is a woman watching another woman. Whatever feeling she have about this woman, it starts with two women. Ain't no nigga involved yet. I'm watching this woman at work. Because I have certain feelings from watching her at work, I then watch her when she gets off. I watch her with her man. I find out who her man is. I watch her enough with her man to learn a little bit of his patterns and their patterns when she gets off from work. Now, like Frank said, fast forward to what Frank is saying, I'm light-skinned. I know I got a fat ass. I know I look good. I start sashaying my ass around the car when the girl is not around with the intent to do what? Who the fuck is the malicious one?
She is, but people say, well, you know, like if my boyfriend sleep with somebody, I shouldn't be mad at the woman because my relationship is with him.
Listen, we ain't even, so I'm glad you said this. I'm still on Frank's comment. We ain't even got to whether we should be mad at the woman or not. I'm saying this all started from a woman initiating this. He didn't go and pick out a bitch at her job and say, ooh, I want that light-skinned, big booty bitch. The light-skinned, big booty bitch made up a problem with this woman. Watch this woman as she got off. Plotted on this woman and her man. The man, of course, is supposed to have a certain level of discipline, right? But when do we start holding people accountable for it?
Yeah.
And I was just talking about this not too long ago. It's like it's popularized. Like women always say this, like, I could take your nigga, I could take your man when they single. When they get in a relationship, it's, oh, your man got to be faithful. But you around here so-called taking other women's niggas. Like,
yes.
how do that work? You think it's going to stop when you get
our friends accountable that do that.
Come on, Antoinette. How many of y'all, because a bunch of y'all said, When I said, are there women like this in the world? Y'all said yes. Fuck the niggas. How many of us as women are actually telling other women, girl, you dead wrong for that. You wrong. Ain't no man got to be in this room. Bitch, you wrong for that. You fucking stalked this woman visually at work, plotted. Yeah, the nigga was wrong if he's in a committed relationship. He absolutely was for even coming to your house in the end. But bitch, you are the root of this sin.